Points and miles are not an investment. So you and I should not be watching the balances grow like we hope the S&P 500, Bitcoin, or other investments we're holding on to do. You may have heard the concept of earn and burn, meaning as fast as you earn points, which is very easy to do in today's landscape, especially in the United States, with multitude of banks offering credit cards that have huge sign up bonuses. And burn, meaning as soon as those points hit your account, you already have a method to deploy them and get traveling or getting cash back or whatever method you choose to do with your points. But again, these are not investments. Earn and burn is one of the easiest things to say, but in real life and in practice, it's very hard to do. Earning points, like I said, is the easiest part of the credit card game. So you may follow other YouTubers that talk about cards when they're initially released, or just, roadmaps that help you, get a huge amount of points over a small period of time, or, a short landscape. Burning the points is tough because of things like having to get PTO approved, or maybe a coworker has time off during a time that you wish to take time off and it gets rejected. People get sick. You have to navigate around school schedules or just life, right? So it's very easy, very, very easy to earn points, more difficult to burn points. So in this video, I'm going to talk about my personal plan to burn these points. You already know I earn them really fast. As someone that's had well over 100 credit cards in my lifetime, today we're focusing on burn. Stay tuned to the end of this video where I'll lay out my 2026 travel plans, and I hope to see you during some of my trips. But first, I'm Key, a credit card, points and miles enthusiast and travel lover. On my channel, I discuss the mistakes I've made, my future travel goals, and overall credit journey since 2016. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. First up is Airlines, where I have 223,086 airline miles across various programs. I'll name the top 3 just to show you how they're broken out, and this was by no coincidence, but I'm going to call this the AAA of airlines here. So starting with American, I have 68,631 American A Advantage miles. With Avios, so this is things like British Airways and some of those other airlines like that, Iberia, I have 69,663 Avios. And then with Atmos, I have around 71,682 Avios as Atmos. Now, the rest of the balance, 13,000, is broken up into, I'll just say, scraps with United, Southwest, Breeze, Delta, etc. Those are just scraps, so I didn't even include them here. So with that AAA of airlines, I'm really looking to parse that down. And in a moment, at the end of this video, in fact, I'm going to show you exactly my plans to get these balances as close to zero, especially with things like these airline miles. One thing I forgot to mention when talking about airline miles is I also have $366 of United Travel Bank, which is scheduled to expire in June of 2027. So this is something that I need to keep in mind because United Travel Bank funds expire 5 years from the date of purchase. So this is something I don't want to lose. And so I need to get some United flights in the mix as well. Number 2, hotels. With hotels, slightly less of a balance here, but I have 49,988 hotel rewards points again across various programs. Just sticking with the top 2, IHG, I have 36,271 IHG One rewards points, as well as 40,000 IHG hotel certificates. And with Marriott, I have 4,427 Bonvoy points as well. The scraps are with Wyndham, Hyatt, and Hilton. Those are properties I very infrequently stay at. So that's the remainder of that balance if you're keeping track. Of course, I have a variety of hotel certificates as well. I mentioned the ones with IHG. I have one that I recently deployed with Hilton, as well as 3 with Marriott that, again, going to be incorporating those into my travel plans and getting rid of those as soon as possible, and maybe even at the end of this video as soon as I'm done recording. Now, for transferable currencies, this is where it gets absolutely ridiculous. So stay with me here. Right now, I have 1,060,789 transferable currency points, again, across a variety of programs. The top two of those being American Express at 551,392 American Express membership rewards points. Keep in mind, I recently acquired an additional business platinum credit card, and I talk about this in another video why it's important or why you should consider holding multiples of the same card, especially if they're your favorite card in your lineup. So, with that, the recent card that I got was a business platinum card, and it came with a 300,000 point sign up bonus. And really, after I met the minimum spending, I acquired a little over 325,000 American Express membership rewards points. So that's making up a huge balance of that. But again, more on that part later. And then the second largest balance of that transferable currency pool is with Capital One. And with them, I have 278,200 venture miles in my account, again, ready for deployment. So that makes up, I'll say, airlines, hotels, as well as transferable currency. Let me know in the comments down below, where do you have the most amount of points? Is it with transferable currencies, airlines, or hotels? I'm interested in, if you want to do a breakdown how I did, the top 2 or 3 of each of those. I'm really interested to see how folks, use their, earn strategy to earn which hotel points or airline miles or transferable currency points. So let me know. I'm really interested. Now to the burn part. How are we going to burn down these points and miles and get them to a normal human amount? I work, and I'm very fortunate to have a place that has unlimited paid time off, or PTO, or out of office time, whatever you call it, vacation time. But I don't abuse that by any means. In 2025, I think I only use something in the neighborhood of like 13 days off, because I like to make sure that I'm booking my travel around US holidays. So, imagine there's a US holiday on a Monday. I may take off the Thursday, Friday prior to that, or something like a Tuesday, Wednesday, to extend that weekend or extend that week of time off. So that's what I personally do, and that's how I'm able to kind of make sure that I'm traveling at least one trip per month, utilizing credit card points and miles. That's been my goal, and that's why I love sharing this with you all. Now, next up, as far as burning these down, right? A couple things that I use to help me with this. Number one, and this is not sponsored, but please let them know that I sent you if you use my referral links. But number one is the Thrifty Traveler newsletter. This is a subscription service you sign up for annually. Once you sign up, you are locked in at that price. Your price is never going to increase, even if they have increases of that newsletter over time. Now, with the newsletter, they're periodically scraping the internet for flight deals, for hotel deals, and they're sharing those with you real time. So if there is a mistake fare, or what they call a unicorn fare, where it's just abnormal that something is happening, they're going to provide you a text message as well as an email broken out with exactly what's going on, and how you should act on it. Is it something that we think is going to last, a couple hours, a couple days, a couple minutes, and that's all prescribed for you in that newsletter. Wonderful newsletter. I'm going to put my referral link down below. And again, this video is not sponsored. I just genuinely love the subscription service personally. So putting that to use, because I do have that unlimited time off, I'm going to make sure that this year, when they send out those flight alerts, that I'm nimble. I'm going to just start booking things, because when you book with points, you're able to cancel that with no penalty. So let's just say my boss declines time off. Fine. I already have this unicorn fare booked, but I can go ahead and cancel, like I said, if that PTO or vacation time is declined, or just something else comes up that, may have slipped my mind while I was just booking it. So that's what I'll be doing. And if you're watching this video, you may have seen my prior video to this, where I talk about how I actually took advantage of this to book a deal to Europe, utilizing about 22,000 Delta Sky miles and just under $80 round trip to go from Boston to Europe. And I'm really excited for that trip. So you already know one trip. Let's talk about some others. No particular order here, but as far as my travel plans for 2026, you already know I'm going to Europe. If you're a channel member, you'll have more insight into the exact location in Europe that I'm going. So join the membership if you're interested. I'll also be attending the credit card community meetup, and this is an invitation to you. Stay tuned at the end of this video where I go through what dates we're going to be going, what property we're staying at, and we want to see you there. So I'll be attending that in Charleston, South Carolina this Labor Day in 2026. So I'll be deploying a lot of the airline miles, of course, as well as definitely some of the transferable currencies, things like Chase, Built. Those are all going to be deployed for that specific trip. Now, some other things that I have in mind, and I don't, have it all together yet. I've just been looking for flight deals and hotels. I may have a couple things booked, but let's talk about it. Number one, I want to go to Central America. So Costa Rica is in mind for me. I don't have anything booked quite yet. I have my eye on a very, very nice Marriott property there. So thinking about the Marriott Bonvoy points that I have, as well as the transferable currencies, perhaps depending on the cost of that luxury property, it may make sense for me to transfer over from a transferable currency to Marriott Bonvoy, in addition to utilizing my hotel night certificates that I get from my Chase Ritz-Carlton cards, my Marriott Bonvoy Brilliant card, as well as my Marriott Bonvoy business credit card as well. All right, we already talked about Europe. So I want to try to go to Europe at least once or twice this year. One time is definitely already happening at a to be determined time frame. Go ahead and check out the video where I talk about, utilizing things like Thrifty Traveler to get you to some places that are on your list, but maybe you don't have a specified time frame that you want to go. The Thrifty Traveler newsletter can really help out with that. I also have an interest in going to Spain. I would love to see a foreign football or soccer match for us in the US. So, with living outside of Boston, these are like 6 to 7 hour flights for me. And that's equivalent to going from Boston to Las Vegas. So, getting over to Europe shouldn't be an issue. It's really just finding the dates and times that match. I know I'll definitely plan on utilizing things like my city thank you points, especially to book. I prefer hotels when I get over to Europe. I definitely have a couple of properties that I'm eyeing, but again, I'm just trying to align some really cool flight deals and flight specials that I can take advantage of. Within the US, quite a few things planned up. I recently completed, or I guess last summer, I completed my Major League Baseball stadium tour. So meaning I've gone to all 30 Major League Baseball stadiums in the United States and Canada. So with that, a little bit less travel, I'll say, to like US cities, but here's the ones that I'm thinking of. Number one, Las Vegas. I love going to the Las Vegas Aces games, and I may get season tickets for that. So stay tuned on if that becomes a realization, depending on the cost. I don't know. We're gonna see how that looks. Nevertheless, whether or not I get the season tickets or not, I'll definitely be attending at least 1 to 3 games over in Vegas. Tennessee. I went to Tennessee last year, but really tried to explore and expand other parts outside of Nashville and just the other side of the state. So that's coming. Alabama. This is one, y'all know I am a huge racing fan. Formula One, IndyCar, MotoGP, really anything, SailGP, anything that has, fast associated with it. And there is an IndyCar race in Alabama. So perhaps I go ahead and, spend some points, miles to get down there and check out a race there. Atlanta, I'll be going to watch my good friend Anthony Venture. He is doing he's attending a conference where he's speaking, and I'm definitely going to go to support him for that. I'm really excited. That is April 4th, I believe. And if interested, let me know down in the comments. I can get you the link to that so you can go ahead and sign up and get your pass to that as well. Last but not least is Florida, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Key West. Some of these I've already visited in 2026. And again, my channel members have insights into exactly where I'm going, as well as some room tours, how I've booked it, how many points and miles that I've used to book these trips. But definitely continue to go down to Florida. As someone that's living in New England, we got about 17 inches of snow outside. So as often as I can get away into the warmer weather, I'm willing to do that. So that is my plan to spend down probably close to, I don't know, let's call it 1.5, 1.4 million points and miles across airlines, hotels, and transferable currencies. Let me know what you have planned for 2026 and Be safe and travel well, everybody. Hold up. Before you leave this video, I would like to personally invite you to the 2026 Credit Card Community Meetup in Charleston, South Carolina. This year, it has all been arranged by the one, the only Anthony Venture. And be sure to subscribe to his channel if you aren't right now. Ultimately, this is where all of us creators, all of us folks that are in the comments watching these, credit card, personal finance type videos that each of the creators like to put out, this is a chance to meet us. This is a chance to chat in person, share some inside tips, tricks, and ultimately just hang out. This year, we are going to be in Charleston, South Carolina at a Hyatt property called the Wild Dunes. Look at this video, y'all. This looks absolutely amazing. Now, we will be staying from Labor Day weekend in 2026. So I'll just walk through the process with you just so you can see the dates and everything like that. But ultimately, I'm personally staying September 4th through the 7th of 2026. The actual the actual credit card meetup will actually be held on September 5th. So don't wait until the last minute. Definitely go ahead and book this now. And if you can't make it, go ahead. You're going to get all of your Hyatt points back as long as you book and cancel well before this date. So let me just show you the property that we're staying at, and ultimately that it costs 20,000 Hyatt points per night, and you're saving almost $700 per night. So 80,000 Hyatt points. These can be transferred from Bilt. These can be transferred from Chase, Ultimate Rewards, and ultimately, what are you waiting for? I would love to meet you in person, and I'm sure all of the creators that you like to watch on YouTube and comment on their videos would love to do the same. Be there, and please be sure to say hi.